Football's about passion. It's a way of life. It gets you up on the morning. It's magnificent. It's fantastic. What a sport. What a sport. It's a way of life. It's a way of life.
Retro Football is back, and this time I'm going to be playing this Ubisoft classic. Oh, I don't know if it's a classic. I know nothing about this game, but it's called, well, that, Total Soccer 2000, or more specifically, David O'Leary's Total Soccer 2000. I wonder if we can play Total Soccer, though. Can we do that in this episode of Retro Football? Can I score a goal for a change? Anyway, I've put my name in. I don't really know why I've had to put it in. Look, all these leagues you can choose from. I'm going to try the European Cup, as it was known. Look at this, real team names. So there's a bit of license in here. Who should we play as, guys? Let's choose someone I don't usually choose. Let's go with Leverkusen. Oh, I've got Paris Saint-Germain as my first game. Oh, it's one of those games. I've got to toggle through the scores or the results of the other games here. Let's get to my match then. Man United have beat Bremen. Oh, Deportivo have beat Liverpool. So I'm assuming they're not groups, but rather knockouts. Oh, fake player names. I've got Michael Belek instead of Balak. Balak, of course, who I was going to say, like, rose to prominence at Leverkusen. Was that when everyone started taking notice of him as a player? I don't know. But I associate Balak more with Bayern Munich and obviously then Chelsea. Anyway, let's see what this is. Let's see what this is all about. Keep an eye on the player names at the bottom, guys, because I reckon some of these will be quite funny. Ah, the noise of the ball when it bounces. Bong. So, yeah, it's obviously a top-down view game. I mean, you can see that that's the case here. I can't get my words out already. I'm in. Hey! I don't know what to think of this. What I like about it is how your player latches onto the ball. Some of these top-down games, it's hard to get onto the ball and run with it because the ball is a completely separate entity. Not the case with this. You can, like I say, get on the ball and run up the pitch with it. I don't know if it's using two buttons here. It seems like just A. The A button is the only button that does anything. I quite like this. Here we go. I'll get a tackle in then. What is strange is there's no highlight player button. There's not even like a marker above your players' heads. You've got to kind of guess who you're in control of. I mean, it gives you control of the player as soon as the ball gets near him. So it's very smooth to play, guys. I mean, it looks as basic as you can get, doesn't it? But I quite like this. I gotta say. Don't like the sound effect of the ball. Didn't need that. Right, I'm in. Oh, keeper saves. I got a player... Or rather, yeah, Neuville is supposed to be the real player name, but his name for me is something else. So, they've basically done what some developers do with these footy games when you can't get the licenses for the player names, and that is just change a few letters around. Belek being a good example of that. Right, okay. Oh, come on, let's get a goal. These matches aren't long, guys. Look at the timer at the top right there. It's a corner to PSG. What was that? You can't do that. You can't pass it to yourself off a corner, can you? Here he is, Neuville. Come on. Let's get a goal. Straight at keeper. So it's extra time. This is okay, guys. I've played a lot worse before. It's not sensible soccer. It's nowhere near as good. But it's very accessible. very accessible. I really struggle with top-down footy games, top-down view, top-down camera. Oh, here we go. Coursing. So you could put aftertouch, you could put a bit of swerve on the ball, which was a theme in a lot of these top-down footy games. But like I say, it's not as good as sensible soccer, but it is a bit of fun, for sure. Half time of extra time. Oh, this is going to go to penalties, isn't it? Still 0-0 here at the Stade de France, or whatever stadium this is. I mean, you're not going to get stadiums, you're just going to get this same pitch, which was drawn in MS Paint every time. Okay, so the B button passes, basically. I mean, A does kind of pass as well, but B is definitely the pass button. Here we go, I'm in. Oh, I've scored! I put a bit of aftertouch on it. It's 1-0 to Leverkusen here. And it's 120 minutes on the clock. As soon as they kick off, it should be full time. It is full time. Leverkusen go marching on into the next round of the Champions League. The music reminds me of music you'd get on the home computers rather than console. It's got that like quirky, over the top, like, is it MIDI sound? It's bloody awful, I know that. Anyway, let's get to my match. I'm going to see what I could do with the tactics here. Let's change it to a 4-3-3. Who's on the bench for me? Oh, we've got Roberto Ramelow. I remember him. Got some good players, this Leverkusen side. Novotny, the defender, he was brilliant. Did this Leverkusen side win the Champions League? Have they won the Champions League before? I'm sure they have. Or is it the Leverkusen side that got to the final or semi-final against Real Madrid? I'm sure there was when Zidane scored that amazing free kick. Sorry, that volley. Left-footed volley at Hampden Park. That was against Leverkusen, wasn't it? Lots of questions for you guys as always. I like to brush up on my football knowledge, and you guys always help me with that. You come to the rescue. Anyway, it's Didier Deschamps. Hey, wait there. They've got real player names. Di Matteo. Chelsea have got real player names. Tori-Andre Flo. Look. Is Gus Poyet. Why haven't we got real player names? Oh, it's the post. This is a much more harder game, or more challenging game than the previous game. I mean, PSG, around this time, they were crap, weren't they? I think Chelsea had some good players, but they were crap as well, weren't they? I don't know. Keeper saves. I like this. It's got a charm about it, guys. Right, let's score off this corner. Maybe not. Way too much swerve. Uh-oh, Chelsea are in. They're in. They blast over. Oh, you can't get any power on the goal kicks at all. Oh, they got LeBeuf, Frank LeBeuf. It's half-time here at Stamford Bridge. There's also a David O'Leary soccer manager as well, which is obviously going to be a management sim game on the Game Boy Color. Maybe David O'Leary had a Game Boy Color. He loved it so much. He was like, hey, I want to put my name to some footy games. They at the Beans, or they at the bar. They at the Potter's Bar. Like, come on. Nah, the swerve on the ball. That was a thing with a lot of these top-down games. They've hit the bar again. Oh my days, how is that not a penalty? I took him down in the box. It was as clear as day. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, the pass button always also does this little knock the ball past them thing. Oh, what a goal. Emerson, the swerve on that. Here we go. Leverkusen going to march on again in this Champions League campaign. But yeah, these top-down footy... How many times have I said top-down? But these kind of games, I've always found it in many of them. How have they missed? Chelsea. That it's difficult to get any elevation on the ball. I mean, look at that. What's that, Keeps? Oh, they've hit the bar again. Chelsea have hit the woodwork 3 or 4 times in this match. It doesn't matter, though. It's all over. Leverkusen do go marching on in this European Cup. Look at the shots. Chelsea had 10 shots. Right, who have we got next? We're into the quarters. It's AC Milan. Oh. I mean, it's knockouts, but there's no 2 legs, as you guys have already noticed by now. It's just like, yeah, we're going to throw you in a neutral ground and you've got to do your thing. I'm going to pretend we're at the San Siro, though. You've got to role play it a little bit, haven't we? I haven't got any reviews open because I couldn't find a wiki page for this. I couldn't find much. I found a few stores which are selling this, and it's not a collector's item. Basically, you can pick this up for pennies. Do you want to pick this up? Probably not. Anyway, the San Siro is rocking. Can Leverkusen reach the semi-final? I mean, I've scored goals. I've not conceded any goals. What's going on? Usually in retro football, I struggle on these episodes. Maldini, they've got real player names. It's not fair. Oliver Bierhoff. I'm just sliding for fun. For funsies. The Game Boy Color, though, I've talked about this a lot before on the channel. It's a console that I wish I'd owned. Oh, that's nice. What a goal. What a bit of play. I love the way they celebrate. They all huddle together and kind of glitch out together. But yeah, the Game Boy Color, big shout out to Matt, my brother Matt. He owned one. I used to sometimes play his Game Boy Color. But yeah, with hindsight, I wish I'd owned one. I absolutely love it. So many good games on the Game Boy Color. And a lot of them look really nice as well. Like, for its time. I mean, I know this isn't a graphical masterpiece. It's a very playable game, guys. Very playable. Oh, he curls it around the keeper. We're not going to go on to the Champions League final, are we? We're not actually going to do it. What is going on? AC Milan to kick off here. It's half-time. The supporters boo the players off the pitch. This Leverkusen side is amazing, really. How many good players they did have. Even though they're fake player names, I could still recognise who they're supposed to be. Although with that said, it's not that surprising. Leverkusen have got quite a rich history, haven't they, I think, in the footballing world. They've just won the league last season. Under Fernando Alonso. Jabby Alonso. I know, guys, I know. I got F1 on the mind again. Right, here we go. This 4-3-3 suits us much better with these. Ah, come on, with the 3 attackers. Bong, bong. It's such a silly sound effect, though. Really silly. Just don't have a sound effect. You don't need one for the ball. Here we go. I don't like that in other footy games when you hear the sound of the ball being kicked, because for me, it's an immersion killer, because when you're watching on TV, you don't hear it. You don't hear the ball. Ah! Numpty scores. And it's 3-0 Leverkusen. And it's 88 minutes on the clock. It's job done. We're going to the final, guys. We're going to the Champions League final. And we've beat some good teams on the way. No, we're going to the semi-final, aren't we? We're going to the semi-final. Oh, Man United are still in this. I hope I don't draw them. Ah, you couldn't make it up. It's Man United in the semi-final. So Inter have won their semi-final. They are in the Champions League final. Who will meet them? Will it be Leverkusen? Will it be my Man United? I say my, that's who I support if you didn't know. And it'll be a good Man United side. It'll be the 99-2000 season side. The sound effect, the crowd, I love it. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Who knew that David O'Leary's Total Soccer would provide this much entertainment? So they've got real player names. Look, Stam, Irwin. I mean, it was a thing with some... Oh, hold that thought. I'm in. Oh, he scores. Emerson scores. This is really easy, guys, I gotta say. If I'm not conceding goals and I'm just scoring goals for fun, you know it's easy. I didn't see any difficulty options, but I was waffling a lot. For a change. Right, come on. Oh no, come on. I'm getting anxious now thinking about this final. Can we actually get there? David O'Leary's. I mean... Oh, I miss the days, footy games, management games being named or endorsed by players and managers. Kevin Keegan's player manager on the snares comes to mind. I featured that on the channel. We've scored again. It's Belek. Are we going to do this? Absolutely brilliant football game this is. 10 out of 10. One of the best football games I've ever played. Obviously, that's tongue-in-cheek. It's not bad, though, guys. It's not a bad football game. It's just too easy. Far too easy. The Chelsea game was quite challenging, but they couldn't even score. They hit the bar 5, 6, 7 times. Here we go, I'm in again. He scores! Oh, dearie me. So many weird and wonderful and terrible and brilliant football games, though, around this era, wasn't there? So many. I miss those days, guys. I just miss those days of having a football game to look forward to, even if it was like not a third party, but it weren't one of the big players. It weren't PES or FIFA. It was something different. I'd still look forward to seeing what they were like as well. I really, really miss those days. And it's another. Man United have fallen to pieces here. They can't believe what's going on. Old Trafford, there are groans all around me. But yeah, so many, just silly games. Again, Kevin Keegan's player manager, Mickey Owen's World League Soccer, whatever it was called, David Beckham Soccer, Steven Gerrard's. Oh, what a goal that was. Steven Gerrard's Power Soccer, or whatever that was called. Chris Kamara's Street Soccer. Just bring back those days. Please, someone make a football game. I'm sick of eFootball and FIFA 20, whatever it's called. Right, Giggs. Giggsy with a corner here. To Butt, Nicky Butt. Oh, that's bad, though. It's poor from Butt. Beckham. Oh! I mean, it's not going to surprise any of you when I tell you that all the players feel exactly the same on the ball. And it's not a game that I would return to. Would I have bought this back in the day? Probably, but I used to buy every football game I could get my hands on because it would be fun for a car trip, I guess. I wouldn't want to pay 30 odd quid for it though, or whatever the cost of Game Boy Color games were. We're going to the Champions League final, guys. We are going to the final against Inter Milan. Oh my word. Right, I'm nervous. I'm not, because it's so easy. I'm probably going to cruise this as well. Let's see. Famous last words and all that. Inter Milan to kick us off here. Come on then. PES 2013 does that. You have to wait an age to kick off. It's weird. Right, here we go. Zé Roberto. He's been good in this tournament. Oh, it's easy. He just takes the shot. 1-0. Is it going to be a repeat of the semi-final? Can we get 4 or 5 goals here in this final? Let's try and win this thing, guys. I want to see if we get like a little cutscene or like a little still of the players just holding the European Cup. What are the odds? If I was a betting man, because I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd have to put money on it. Will there be a still or a cutscene after this game? I'm going to say yes. I reckon there'll be a still. Right, here we go. Neuville. Ah, I tried to be cheeky and pass it to my mate there. Wasn't to be. So they've got fake player names as well, like Inter. No, they haven't. Paulo Sousa. They haven't. Right, I'm in. What on earth was that? But I'll get on to it. What on earth was that? Actually, I think Inter have got a few fake player names and a few real player names by the looks of things. I didn't know Paulo Sousa played for Inter. I knew he played for Juventus. I've actually met him in a hotel once. Like, I didn't arrange to meet him. It was like purely by chance. Oh. Nah, they got real player names. Ronaldo. Djokovic. Who's that? Sylvester. Was Djokovic a real player? Panucci, Zanetti. Yeah, all their player names are real. Djokovic. I don't remember him. Some of the text is like hanging off the screen though, if you've noticed at the bottom there. Don't know what that's about. Anyway. Here comes Paulo Sousa. What can he do? The Portuguese magician. That's easy for the goalkeeper. Easy. But it's only 1-0. It's only 1-0, guys. Can I get another here? It's a penalty. It was never a penalty. You found me outside the box. This game's all over the place. Oh, come on. Come on. Not long left now. Come on. Let's just get this goal. Let's seal the deal now. Come on. Go on. Hey, what's going on? It's full time. Right, have we got a cutscene? Well, it's not going to be a cutscene. Have we got like a still? Something, please. Okay. There's nothing. There's nothing. Right, player records. What's this mean? That's just my records, my personal best. Well, not best, but my overall record. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That is incredible. Goals scored 11. Goals conceded 0. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this episode of Retro Football. Let me know if you've played this absolute gem. I'll speak to you all soon.